So, welcome to, what's the name of this thing? Twindustry.
Twindustry. Music Twindustry with Jason, Joel, and we have Davis here.
What's up, Davis?
What's your whole name?
Davis Natzle is my full name.
A
lot of people call me Davey, too. Anybody can call me Davey.
Wavy Davey.
Wavy Davey.
Ravy Davey.
Gravy the Davey.
DJ Dave the Wave.
Ravy Davey.
That's right.
Excellent.
So here we are. Davis is joining us. He's coming in from Mexico. Where are you living in Mexico these days?
I live in Puebla, Mexico, which
Nice.
is about 2 hours out of Mexico City.
Okay.
Living with my girlfriend, Denise, and our cat, Michi.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Nice.
we've got a good life out there.
Sounds killer.
How'd you
Yeah.
settle on Pueblo? And not the DF?
That's where she's from, Denise. And so, yeah, we just ended up moving out there. We're close to her family.
Nice.
It's a great city, and had a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man.
Sounds
Yeah.
brilliant.
But this week you're in New Paltz, New York, upstate.
Yeah. I grew up in New Paltz, about an hour and a half north of here. And, I grew up there. That's where my parents live, so I try to come back for a month plus every summer if I
Good
can.
man.
That's excellent.
Yeah. And it's
Came
good.
back at the right time, man.
Yeah, I really
Mexico's
did.
got to be hot right now, huh?
It's actually not as hot as here.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
man.
it kind of stays like
You're having
70s,
a heat wave.
80s.
My stereotype of the Mexico is not accurate today.
Yeah, you gotta come back out.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I
Sounds
haven't
like
been
a
down
good
there
way
in
to
a
invite
minute.
yourself.
What's that, Joel?
Good way to invite yourself. Well, prove
Yeah,
me
no,
wrong,
I don't know,
man.
man. I got to check this out for myself. That's actually true. All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
So yeah, you grew up upstate. We talked about off camera by accident because I usually don't like to try to ask too much, but I was saying, New Paltz is known. The SUNY school there is known for their jazz program.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. Yeah, big hippie town. So they're famous for tie-dye and rock climbing.
Yep, granola.
Yeah.
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 The Shawangunk Mountains,
Microbreweries.
aka the
microbreweries.
Gunks.
Yeah, veganism.
Yep,
We got
and
all that.
I've spent a lot of time outside of New Paltz as well as in New Paltz, and we were talking about the Thai restaurant on Main Street, which apparently closed. New place opened next door. The crunchy granola spot down the street, the health food store. There was an amazing painter as well that I discovered that was had some incredible art studio in his barn.
Yes.
There seems to be a lot of art, not just music there.
Yeah, I know
correct?
who you're talking about. He's got a studio on Water Street Market.
So is it like somebody's doing some kind of it's kind of like streety kind of stuff?
Yeah.
It's not graffiti, but it's almost like homespun. I don't really know. I went to his studio one time and I met his wife and I wanted to buy a piece off them and I never did. But he used to show his work in different places on Main Street.
Yeah, a lot of places in town will have his work. It's a big artsy town, big art program at
Right
the
on.
school too.
It's good to know. It's good to know. And you didn't graduate from there. You went to USC. You
Yeah.
went to SUNY for 1 year is what you
Yeah, I
mentioned.
started at SUNY New Paltz there for a year and then transferred out to LA.
You weren't in the
USC.
jazz program, were you?
No, I took a couple jazz classes though,
Okay.
and
Excellent.
yeah, it was a good time.
Joel, he told me that he used to get extra credit just for going to the professors' gigs after
yeah,
Going
after
to the
school.
shows?
yeah,
Oh, right
after
on.
class.
Fill
And
some body.
they
Yeah,
didn't
get
know
some
about
heads in the
extra
crowd,
credit,
man.
but
Yeah,
they were
have a
just
beer
stoked. They were stoked that he was there.
What was your
like-
instrument?
I play guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on. I can noodle around those scales a little bit, but, pretty sloppy.
Yeah.
You know.
So how do we meet Davis? I don't remember.
Beats the shit out of me.
We
just sort of appeared in our life one
My
day.
memory is like a fish.
we met through Mark Eckert.
Oh, wow, all
our
right.
good friend
We know
Mark
that
From
guy.
that
So,
pitch,
yeah,
who we
so-
all absolutely love. Yeah, he's
Thatpitch.com.
not
That's
been
right.
on this podcast.
We've not
gotta
had
get
Mark
him
on
on.
here, which is strange.
totally
I
surprising.
mean, Mark needs to come up just to grace us with 30 minutes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, Mark's another nice guy that we've been hanging out with for the last couple of years, and has a lot to offer the music scene. So that makes sense that he introduced somebody that's brilliant as you to us.
Yeah,
And so that's a good connection.
yeah. Mark's been a big help to me, and just kind of talking about ideas and business, and we always just get into good conversations. He's a great guy, and he's always talking about how much you've helped him and his journey.
That's excellent.
It's good to be
It's
validated.
good to be validated.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By third parties, especially.
Yeah, exactly.
That's excellent. That's
That's
excellent.
awesome.
So, the music you're making now, I know you make music under the name Ambient Sleep.
Yes.
So, how did this all come to fruition?
After finishing college in LA, I moved in with some buddies here in Brooklyn in Bushwick.
Wow.
And we were all, in the, out there, and I got connected with my good friend Jason Surf,
Okay.
formerly of Song Trust,
Right.
Okay,
and
right.
he
Montclair
started.
lad.
Yes, that's right. And he started his own business, and he was looking for help, and I joined on with him, and really learned a lot by just kind of being the guy that would build whatever he needed.
That's awesome.
And that's
And-
like automation tools, yeah?
Yeah, doing a lot of automation, and we had a team of like a handful of people, and trying to release hundreds and thousands of songs on the regular. So the only way
Wow.
to do that was to kind of automate a lot of things, and
Right.
but try to keep quality really good.
Right.
And so we were putting out all this music, and I said, I've got all these tracks, recorded over the years, and I should start putting them out.
That's awesome.
So I, put out all my stuff, and this one album, Under Ambient Sleep, was the one that really got picked up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I've just tried to keep building off of that, and that's been, a journey as well, some ups and downs.
Is it all ambient music, or is it just a misnomer?
That specifically is, just like ambient pads and
Okay.
synths, and I've done some just kind of like slow piano stuff.
Amazing.
And, yeah.
So you
yeah.
play more than guitar, obviously.
Yeah, I play. Yeah, a lot of what I record is just like hooking up my keyboard, using like Ableton and
wonderful.
my virtual instruments, and
It's excellent.
Are you doing any
need to
binaural
jam.
or ASMR stuff, or?
I play around with whatever I can, like whatever I'm inspired to do. I hopefully that's the thing, and I would give that advice to anybody who is out there making music: is put your stuff out,
Yeah.
and you might have like a main project, and you might say like, oh, this isn't good enough, so I don't want it on my project, but make another artist and put it out.
Can
under
you
there.
tell me how many different pseudonyms you have?
I have like over 100
Oh,
different
shit.
artist
Are you
names.
serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got one called Bad Music by Bad Musician, which was
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
excellent. What is
Yeah.
that? What is that like?
it's terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm somebody
you
who
strive
must
to make
listen
it
to it.
terrible, or is it all your outtakes?
Yeah, well, that one specifically comes from my good friend Jared Giangrasso. We were in school together out in LA, and he was in film school, and for his project, he needed like an atrociously bad song.
Amazing.
Painful.
So he came to me, and I tried my best to deliver, and
That's amazing.
that was one of the tracks on my hard drive, and how do I put it out?
Yeah.
It's
You
gonna-
put it out quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it sat around for a while, and then I got to the point where I'm like,
Is it
what
on
am I doing? What am I waiting for?
Right.
And I think last
You're gonna
time I
perfect
checked,
it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make
Yeah.
it worse.
You're gonna perfect it. I
Trying
mean,
to make
so
it
has that
worse.
like been picked up on any noise playlists or anything like that?
No, nothing like that. But I check the stats on like Spotify every once in a while. So like somebody in Australia was like listening to that earlier
Clearly.
this month or something.
It's amazing how like if you don't do anything for it, who discovers it?
Exactly.
And how?
And how they discover
and how
it.
they discovered it. They might just put in
Exactly.
bad music.
I just go on a subreddit.
Yeah, find all the worst
noise
shit.
crap.
Yeah.
and post a link there.
Are you making money on streaming?
I am. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wonderful.
Ambient
Okay.
sleep is making the vast majority of the money. I started to put out some more long form stuff under a podcast, so I called that Sleep and Wellness Podcast.
Oh, interesting.
So that's out there.
So it's like an hour
Check that
long
out.
or more.
Yeah, I was doing like half an hour to an hour, or
That's great.
even 3 hours.
I tried to get into the.
Does it then break it up and go, you're listening to Spotify?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is that I was
Like-
trying to sleep to a to like
YouTube one?
like a Theta Waves
Yeah.
Theta Waves podcast sleep playlist because it was 8 hours long, and it did exactly that, Joel. Like 30 minutes into it, it's like, hey, like interrupted.
This is
with
the
that-
toy your kids want this season.
Yeah, I was completely disturbed. I'm like, oh my god. And I have premium, Spotify.
Right.
But it clearly doesn't matter with certain podcasts.
No, it doesn't matter.
Like,
It's
force
kind of,
it on you.
It's kind of a different thing because you know how it is where money is kind of hard to come by in the music scene.
Absolutely.
And, with podcasts, you don't just get paid per stream. So the only way you get paid is with ads, or if people are
Oh, is that right?
subscribed to your
I guess that makes sense.
channel.
That makes
So-
total sense.
So, guilty of doing the same.
Yeah.
I've got my sleep tracks. I also have a podcast, White Noise Wednesdays.
pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Warning,
So-
do not try to sleep to this.
yeah, you're gonna get interrupted.
Yeah.
But the
That's
ads
cool.
come on, and I
But
make
it
a
is a
couple
good idea
bucks
to make
here and there.
ASMR ads, like Joel was saying.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
hey,
ASMR.
you're listening to avocado mattresses are the best product that you could find. That's right.
Avocado mattresses from Hoboken, New
Yeah.
Jersey.
Have you watched any ASMR videos, Joel?
Absolutely.
I mean, there's some really creepy ones.
No, the one where like
they're
the lady
highly
tries
sexualized.
to tuck you in bed.
Yeah, there's highly sexualized.
I'm like, I don't need
ones.
that. I just
They're,
want somebody just rubbing pennies
somebody's
together
making,
or whatever.
Making potato salad and
Yeah.
just like really strange stuff. Where I'm just
Sexual
like,
potato.
Sounds
yeah,
like,
sexual potato salad.
yeah,
I'm like,
I just
how
want
is this
parchment
sexy?
paper rubbed
There's
together.
There's more mayonnaise in here. It needs to be. It needs to be
gonna make you a
really
sandwich.
creamy.
That's right.
Really creamy. And I'm like, what's going on here? Is she
Yeah.
making potato salad or is there
Yeah.
something else? Is there some
That's it. I just hear buzzers from clippers from a haircut, and I get chills.
Get
from
chills.
my neck.
Yeah.
Gives you a little-
Yeah. So is there any kind of secret sauce you're putting in there, like mastering it at the same?
Not so much.
The
So
same whatever base tone of the human beings.
well, so that was a big part of why I was hesitant to put out a lot of things. Is it's not produced that well, or
Right.
you find excuses, and at some point you just have to put it out. And I have gone back and tried to re-record some things and boost the quality and do a re-release, but you never know what's going to get picked up anyway.
For
so
sure.
the album that has ended up being like my all-time most popular album, most streams, was like the album I put the least effort into.
It's amazing how that
basically.
happens.
Yeah.
I mean, we put very little effort into this podcast, and we're just blowing up, right?
It's mostly read in archive mode, so
This one's definitely going to go viral.
one's gonna go
100%.
crazy.
You on it?
we
For sure.
it's
Potato
it's
salad.
midsummer. I've got my boat pants on, so I think it's gonna blow up.
I'm tanner than Joel.
That's right. I've got these hot
You're head of
dogs.
Latin, aren't you?
I am the head of Latin and MENA, Middle East Northern
Yeah,
Africa.
for Earth Program.
Most of the studios that I work in have tanning lights. So I'm been in the studio in Miami for like 8 hours a day, rocking out and just sunning myself in between takes.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
That's
That's
how
right.
they do it.
Very tan.
Yeah.
No, I mean
so-
I'm not. Just to clarify, I'm not anything. I'm just like I'm the principal of the company, which it doesn't mean like principal like a school.
No.
It means like one of the primary people.
Yes, one of the two primary people.
Who's the other one?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
but dude, yeah, it's so this is cool. I mean, so a lot of the stuff that you and I mean, I'll just be straight up. We've been spending some time together.
Yeah. We started taking some calls, once a week for a while, and
Well, Joel's
talking
having
ideas.
coffee at 9 a.m. on Friday morning when he's in the zone.
When I'm in the zone
Yeah.
at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. on a Friday.
Yeah.
Shaking from drinking iced coffee.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Well, it's like funny because like a lot of the things you were building are like things that are these tools that are like sort of like
Yeah.
I built it for myself because I needed to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, like
There's another application.
I
for
need
it.
to do X, Y, and Z as well, and so
Right.
does this dude over here and that girl over there.
Right.
And so you're kind of like building out these automation tools that are actually needed worldwide or by the worldwide industry more than just you, right?
Yeah,
And,
that's what I'm, trying to do, and that is definitely what kind of came out of the early days of, building these things at Submit Music, and try to build some things for me, and once you start putting out all your stuff,
Yeah.
you actually want to record more so that you
For
can
sure.
keep doing it, and then you don't want to spend all day filling out the release form.
True.
So you just find ways to make that process faster and be able to spend more time making music, and so that's
the
what I've been
optimization
doing.
of that supply chain has just been
Yeah.
So all of that is just for me to kind of keep my sanity, but I imagine everybody kind of needs
Everybody
some
else
of
needs
that.
it too.
Yeah, there's a need for if you're the only one. You can't ever think you're the only one who needs it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
that's-
we
that's
mentioned
excellent.
on a call the other day, just like one of the tools that you built was. Do you mind if I mention it?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, so one of the tools that Davis has built is this form that you fill out, and you pop in the URI number of the Spotify artist or the URI code and path.
Yep.
And it searches the Open API and pulls up what's in the catalog exactly, and prints out a schedule of what the artist name is, what the title is, what the date of release is, what the ISRC is, what the distributor is,
That's
what the
incredible.
label is. It's just basically all the stuff that you would have to go in the CMP lines and copy over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And then we can sort of go through it against that and decide what is registered and what is not registered as a publishing company, and then act on the ones that are not registered.
Exactly. And, I built it in a way that would be easy for me to use. So the way to add songs into the system is just to put them in your Spotify playlist, and the rest is kind of
That's amazing.
happening behind the scenes.
Yep.
Build out a spreadsheet so you can pass it off to your wonderful interns to do
Send
all
it
that.
over to the PRO, man. Yeah, so I mean, the other way in reverse is like, you distribute to Spotify. You create this playlist that's like, here's all my songs on Spotify, and we can pop in that playlist URI as well, and print out a schedule of everything that's on there, and that could be every song that you've distributed to Spotify.
Absolutely.
And then go through and say, hey, this isn't on ASCAP. I'm going to send this sheet to ASCAP.
There's a lot of practical applications for that.
So that's just one idea. And so I've been like, holy crap, this dude has...
Do you have a background in computer engineering? Like, what is your
Not at
technology
all.
background?
Not at all. So, in school, I studied music business, basically, at USC. And then, basically just by building what we needed, in the early days at Submit Music. And then using... whatever tools I can, a lot of no-code tools. So as long as you kind of get your foot in the door on that and start to figure out how things work, you come up with ideas and you test stuff out.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so, a big part of that is just, okay, well, I want to keep track of all my metadata. Everybody knows metadata is like one of the things that slips through the cracks, and it's hard to keep track of. So if you can just drag it in, like these songs were sitting on my hard drive with completely random names, and I would put it out under, bad music by bad musician or something. And I have to keep track of some of that stuff. So I have to drag it into the playlist so that I get back the information, because otherwise I'd mismatch which recordings are going.
Yeah, it makes total sense, man. It's wild that you made this for yourself.
It sounds like a very cool tool, and obviously something that isn't public yet, but
Yeah, well, I'm working on that, and you've been very helpful to help.
Do you have a personal website?
Yeah, I have a website. It's called theplugmusic.com.
Cool.
And if you want to get in touch with me, it's davis@theplugmusic.com.
Yeah, I think our viewers would like that, because there's so many things you're working on that are just cool and useful that haven't really been productized yet.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff kind of still in development, but going back to the same thing about music, just put out your stuff. Same thing kind of when it comes to business. I'm, trying to apply the same philosophy of like, okay, I've, got something to a certain point. Why don't I start sharing it around with people and get some feedback and start iterating on it? And that's really the way to go. And to, you get people to see your ideas, and you get some exposure, and you learn as you go, and that's really the only way to do it.
I mean, we just brought it up casually on our meeting, like, we use this tool, it's awesome, and the folks on the other side of the call were like raised an eyebrow,
curious about what that was.
Like what? Because it sounds like they do a lot of this manually.
It's like something like you guys don't have, but we do.
Yeah, so it made us look pretty. It made us look pretty cool. So thank you.
Yeah, that's what I try to do.
Yeah, man. So you propped us up with your skills. But that's that's the kind of flowchart stuff that I'm like, how do you do that? And
totally.
And go over here, toggle this thing, hit that API, go run to the mouse maze.
Yeah, connect the dots. And
get the cheese,
put the pieces together.
Yeah. So I'm super impressed with what you've been able to pull off, and you've managed to partner with another dude in Mexico.
Yes, my business partner Alvaro Garcia is really great. He came to me with an excellent idea, and we've been collaborating on that. So that's called Music Leads. And so, you can reach out to me at the same email if you're interested in this. But, the way a user or a customer would approach that is a lot of businesses, such as, people like yourselves that are providing services to other musicians. These are your clients. You would come to us and say, I'm looking for rock bands in North America that have 10,000 or more monthly listeners on Spotify, and maybe that monthly listener count is trending upwards by 5% or more. So we're trying to zoom in on that and let you get really specific about the kinds of bands that you are looking for, that you like to work with.
We would use that.
Yeah, and we generate an email list of however many emails you're looking for, and that's our product.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, big shout out to Alvaro for
That's really cool. I can't wait to use that.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And you said you got your first few clients in already.
Yeah, we've already had a couple clients. It's been really reassuring.
That's great. And were they pleased with the results?
Is it like a record label, or is it? management company? Like who?
That's our client.
Yeah,
this
who's
is
your
like a marketing and promotion company.
Oh,
so
interesting.
you know,
Okay.
an artist
Well,
is
no, I
at a
meant, like,
certain
your
level.
clients, I guess, in the future.
Your
you know?
ideal client profile would be like a label or a music publisher.
Yeah,
or,
it's
People who
really
wanna approach
anybody
artists, right?
providing services to the artist, and that could be anybody from
Right.
publishers to labels
Right.
to you know, somebody doing cover art at a high level and you know,
Fantastic.
like wants to show off their work, and
Right.
it's really for
I love
anybody.
that. I love
Right
that.
on.
Yeah.
Where are you getting the information from? Are you scraping different sites or different?
Yeah, we're scraping some information, but you know, exactly where is still a secret
Tell
for
me.
now.
Let's see if we can get it out of Davis. Yeah.
We didn't even give him a soda yet. So like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want something to drink?
I'm
so,
good. But actually, when I showed that off to you the first time, Joel, you actually like tried to place an order.
I tried to
on
place
our
an
call
order and it
together.
shit the bed.
I hadn't tested the
payment mechanism.
the payment processor.
you
so
haven't
I
gotten
was-
another dime out of me yet.
Yeah, I was kicking myself over that. But
That was that week I had $200.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to spend it with
I'm
Davis.
feeling rich.
Yeah, and now I need that $200, so I haven't
Yeah.
hit it
No,
again.
but
But
we'll sign up, man.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like a great.
yeah, I
service.
think
Yeah.
like a monthly service on that would be really cool.
yeah,
Is it live yet?
all of your it's sort of live. Like you would if you email me, you know, I'll send you the link for the form, or you know, you can just like tell me what you're looking for and how many emails you want,
Sweet.
and you know,
Jazz dudes from New Paltz.
yeah.
Just like
He's just got his personal collection on that. These are my boys. It's my boys. Let me introduce you to a group text.
Exactly.
so how does the I mean, so that's obviously what you're doing sort of for fun hobbies and building these businesses.
Yeah.
And then the music thing obviously is making you a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Are you doing any videos for the music pieces, and how are you pulling that off?
Yeah, yes and no. I went deep into trying to do like the Spotify Canvas stuff for a while.
right.
One anecdote on this is like almost all of my streams are coming from Apple Music, so
Oh,
I
interesting.
blew up there.
That's awesome. It's hard to do.
Yeah, and then Spotify is still just like a couple dozen monthly
Right.
listeners or something.
Okay.
So I'm putting time into these canvases, and
Right.
probably nobody's seeing them.
Sure. Right.
But I mean, it was cool and it's a fun project. I did some videos like animation, just like on a app on your phone.
Right.
Okay.
For just like another project of mine. That's kind of like more my personal stuff, and so I post that on like my Instagram and stuff. That's where all those
Okay.
videos are.
Got it.
But recently I've been, trying to think about advertising, myself and working with, help to do that. But I'm making some of my own content there. So
Amazing.
just kind of like start with like a meme format and just like
How do we follow you on Instagram?
It's at Davis_guy_ is my
Davis
tag.
Guy.
Davis Guy.
That
All
guy
right.
Davis.
I
Yeah.
call everybody Guy.
Yeah.
What's up, guy?
What's up, Guy? Did
How
you
you
just call
doing,
me
Chief?
Guy?
Exactly.
Just call me
Did
Guy.
you just call me Chief?
That's cool, man. That's great. Well, I love to see all the creative stuff you're doing with like the
Yeah.
automation and like even like
No, it's fantastic.
moving
You're
it
doing
through. Like I always
technology
think
and
of the Warner Brothers like the baby the stork coming. And they put them through the assembly line, and
Yeah.
it's like dun 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 dun.
Babies coming out on one side.
Spanking the baby,
powdering the butt.
powdering the butt,
Powdering the butt.
and then out comes
Changing
and then
the
there's
diaper.
like putting artwork on it, and then shipping
Yeah.
it to the distributor, and
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
a good metaphor because
know.
for the musicians out there, those songs are their babies. So I
Yeah,
just powder up their butts
absolutely.
for them and send them out the
Excellent.
door.
That's
Man,
right.
that's
I
a
mean,
great way to say
so
it.
like we've heard a lot about putting a lot of music out versus hanging back and doing very little, like to let the song breathe and let the. I mean, if you have
Totally.
hundreds and hundreds of different monikers, like you must just be able to go and do what you want pretty much on a daily basis on distribution.
Yeah, it's good from it's good just to let go of it too because at one point I was recording a lot of just like voice memos, acoustic guitar or piano or whatever, and I'd just turn on that voice memo and start recording. So, not produced at all.
Right.
But I even put some of that stuff out, and then I was not like holding it as such a precious thing anymore,
right.
and it got me to do more. But to be clear, it's definitely like you want to be putting everything you have into some of your music too, and like that's
For
how
sure.
you're going to grow. That's how you're going to get to the next level. And it's definitely been interesting to hear from you guys about how you have a whole process for your releases. And so
Yeah. But we do see the value in like bulk releasing as well.
Yeah, I
if
think you have to do a little bit of both.
Yeah,
and just don't be so precious about your stuff. And nobody's gonna judge you as like not good or not a sufficient artist. What they are gonna do is not know about you if you never put your stuff out.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
And work on that album, but don't work on it for 10 years. Work on it for like 3 months and then put it out.
It's great advice, man. Thank you.
Like that's what I see talking with musicians. Like that's what holds them back. And
is it like the perfection?
Yeah, perfectionist.
I haven't gotten
and
the mix
also,
on the hi-hat right yet.
Yeah, and like an identity thing and like a validation thing. They think if people don't listen to it, that they're not good. Which is not true.
I mean, it might take multiple releases to even.
But I mean, like, look how many artists like failed in their lifetime and then posthumously were like successes.
Absolutely, and
geniuses, and
so you have to put it out, and then you also have to tell people about it. For anybody to know about it.
That's right. That's why we run advertising and marketing campaigns.
That's where you guys come.
That's where we come in. So
I mean, conversely to that, there's also the do be precious about things that really matter.
Yeah,
meaning like we don't want to. We're in no race to mess anybody up.
Yeah.
Meaning like we often will slow people down because they want to make really bad decisions with music they've worked really hard on.
Right. Well, that's also why it helps to, have a team or, have people to give advice who've been in the game for a while and can, check you. And when you have a bad idea, they'll, tell you.
Yeah. We've had those conversations a lot recently.
Yeah. But, you have to do both, like keep pushing the envelope and, looking for your style. Try to be the best that you can be. Always try to learn and do better. Mm-hmm. But also, all the stuff that's been sitting around, if it's been sitting on your hard drive for more than a year, maybe just put that out. And,
I agree.
When you check your stats and you see like some guy in Bolivia and some lady in Norway are listening to it, it's a cool thing.
It's very cool. I think
and
it'll
it'll energize you to do more.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for speaking from personal experience. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thanks so much for coming by, man. We appreciate you taking the little time that you were here visiting to come see us.
Well, thank you guys for inviting me.
This was
really happy to be here and to see you guys. And
thank you so much. So again, Davis at theplugmusic.com, at Davis _guy_ on Instagram.
On Instagram, slide into my DMs.
Yeah, slide into his DMs, man.
He's got a lot to talk about. I mean,
clearly. Thanks so much, Davis.
Yeah,
thank you guys.
Thanks for coming by Great Hair Studios and talking to us on Music Twindustry.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Bye-bye.